We can get ready to say prayers though. Let's see if we good, is that
I'm gonna play the side.
Huh?
So I'm gonna play the side.
For what?
I'm gonna have to leave that now.
That's cool. Yeah, you good.
Is the angle you wanted that, Pat?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get what's the name too though. I'm gonna get this on here, but I need to make sure my what's the name is up.
We got to wait right
Okay. Abner, Shema Shemayim, Kadash, Ayah, Shimka, Yahweh, Malakuka, Faba'ah, Karatazaka, Ayah, Aisha, Barathazah, Kowa, Ayah, Bashamayim, Lanawa, Lahum, Ko, Lawam, Wasanafanawa, Hawawafanawa, Kasanakanawa, Abawafanawa, Willa'ah, Wnawa, Malasalawan, Abo, Hawashainawa, Mayam, Rai, Kaya, Alaka, Hawalakwa, Willa'ala, Willa'ala Paraf, Lamyam, Amen. That's the Lord's Prayer in Paleo-Hebrew. Father, Lord in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. May you give us this day our daily bread. May you forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thou art the kingdom, the glory, and the power forever and ever. Amen.
Amen.
Am I live that way?
Shalom, shalom. Happy new moon, everybody. We're here today to celebrate the new moon. Happy new moon, Israel. First, we want to give all honors to all the elders that's been in this truth for years and years and years, waiting for the Messiah to come back. We want to give all the honors to all the elders of HOI, Male Chezal.
Uncle Penny well?
All right, we're going to just go over a few new moon scriptures, and I know probably a lot of us already into the new moon and celebrating, but we're going to get into this. We're going to start when everybody come on back. Get everything established. Before we start, I just got a question to everybody. Does everybody know what is the new moon? Anybody know what the new moons? What is the purpose of the new moons?
Am I
No, not. Can you let me know that?
Come.
Can you let me know that?
Yeah, I know. You know, the new moon.
Am I lined up right? Am I in?
The new moon starts the beginning of the months. So when every new moon comes, that is the start of the month. You know what I mean? So that's why we have a new moon every month. That new moon is the beginning of the month. That, not like Esau's beginning, like what's today, the 29th or something like that. Yeah. But this new moon is actually God's start of the new moon. Yeah. So we're gonna start off. Let's start off with Leviticus 23:1.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 1. And Yahweh speak unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feast of Yahweh, which ye shall proclaim to be holy, a convocation, even these are my feast.
And that's what this is. It's a holy convocation of new moon. This is a gathering of the new moon. And there's certain things that you do each new moon or each feast day or each holy day. I'm going to get this one. I'm going to go to, let's go to Psalms 81.
I got it.
And we're going to start at verse 1.
Psalms chapter 81, verse 1. Sing aloud unto your God, your strength.
That's 81 and 1.
Psalms 81, verse 1.
Okay, go ahead.
Sing aloud unto Elohim, your strength. Make a joyful noise unto your Lord.
Stop right there. That's why we blew the horn, the yofar, because that would be that joyful noise. That was the purpose of that blowing there. Good, verse 2.
Verse 2. Take a psalm and bring higher the trembles, the shalakim. Take a psalms and bring hither the trembles and pleasant herbs with the pasturers.
Go ahead.
Blow up to the trumpet in the renewal month, in the time appointed, on your solemn feast days.
It don't say none of this. Well, mine's got blow the trumpets in the new moon. So I don't know which.
Yeah, mine say blow the trumpet in the new moon.
Okay.
It said new month, but so new moon, new month.
Kind.
Blow the trumpet in the new month, in the new moon,
Kind.
in the time appointed. Right, new moon is appointed on our solemn feast days.
So that's why we blew the shofar, because it's the start of the new moon, the start of the month. So every new moon technically is the start of the month. So now let's go to Zephaniah 2 and 1.
Zephaniah, chapter 2.
Want me to get that up?
Let me see if you got it already? I
Yeah.
got it. I'm doing good today. Zechariah.
I got it right. Just get Romans 12 and 1 for me.
Okay.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourself together. Gather yourself together, O nation, not desire. So that's what we doing. We gathering ourselves together. That's what most of the nation, you know, even if every camp doesn't believe that today is the new moon, they gather themselves on a form of new moon, because we know that we practice in the righteous act. So even though, you know, some people may say, oh, this camp do it that day, this camp doing that, they still are rehearsing the new moon. It doesn't have to be, because we know Esau has this time all out of order. Yeah. So long as you practicing the feast, the new moon, right, you getting it correct.
Right. It's somewhere where he said he changed times and laws. And so he changed laws by telling you not to keep the laws. And he gave you your laws. He changed your time, and then you don't keep the feast days because he give you his feast days. You know, his feast days is murdering, slaughtering your own, you know, the people that looks like you, that are you, that you're celebrating. Read that one more time, what we just read.
What was it? We had,
Oh, you looking for that? You looking for that? How you change times and stuff?
No.
And so,
gather yourself. You want to? This is Zephaniah 2 and 1. Gather yourself together. Gather yourself together, O nation, not desire.
Right. Okay. So what we come to do is we come to gather ourselves together, right? O nation, not desire. And so he said, gather together and have the feast days. So we celebrate the feast days. See, it's about practicing the righteous acts. Now, we all may not have it right correctly because, you know, neighborhood white man done change things, and, you know, even telling you the earth is round, you know what I'm saying, when it's flat. And so he done changed so much. He got where Africa is small and damn near America is big, you know what I'm saying, on the maps. So he done changed so much, right? So that's why we have to practice our feast days. Why? Because we lost our identity. We lost the way we serve the Lord, you know, and then, we even lost our feast days, of course. And so now when we keep the feast days, it's strange to us. Go ahead.
So what do it mean when they say, "Oh, nation not desire"?
Right.
What they mean, a nation that's not. What they mean by that?
Let me ask you a question. If you go 32-mile road, would you be acceptable there?
Oh, brother, not desire.
If you go to, let's just keep it. If you go to Grosse Pointe and you just walking around, you think somebody will say something to you?
They gonna say something, right? They gonna say something.
Let's just go on when we go on police brutality. I would just say this: can anybody find 10 circumstances where there's black police officers, I'll even make the minimum, beating 10 white men, young men. Can anybody find that?
No.
You can't.
That's how you know who least desire. You know what I mean? That's, you know, that's us. We not desired in this land. You know what I mean? So when you mean not desired, who basically ain't accepted no matter where we go.
And the trick part is that this is the trick part. All right. So now, say if you got, you know, the lady that got shot by the cop, right? What was her name? The white. Okay.
Sandra, was it Sandra?
Something like that, sad for somebody.
Okay. So the lady that got shot by the white cop, he killed her, right? Okay, now if you ask white ladies, what is that name that the black, you know, of that black lady that got killed? They don't know, because that's not what they desire. But now the black lady had killed the white lady, all white ladies would know that lady name, right? Just like OJ, they hunted OJ. They don't know white ladies like OJ. You hear what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And they know the name of the lady that OJ killed. But now if you go backwards and say, do you know the name of the black lady that got killed, Mr. White Lady? Mm-hmm. Right? They don't know. Why? Because they don't desire to know. Right. And so now, you know, there's no outroar from white ladies about killing that black lady. But there's outroar when O.J. Simpson killed that. I mean, when O.J. Simpson was accused of killing that white lady.
See, the nation not desired and killed the nation that's desired.
Right. And so now what you see, and so you see difference, right? And so you got to realize that that's unfairness. And I'm just talking about women's. How you know, they say women's supposed to stick together. Well, white women don't stick together with the black women. Do this? I mean, you may get a job from and all this, you know. And so one white lady, you know, she's so cool that you know all the other people. See, the reason why you got Karen, you ain't got Jamaica, right? You got Karen. Karen hate black folks, right? So we named them Karen. But where's the name for the black woman that hate white folks? You don't have that. Nope. But you got Karens. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But you don't have Jamaica, right?
I see the point out.
Right. And so we're not desired.
Let's go to Romans 12:1.
Romans chapter 12, verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercy of God, that ye present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto Yahweh.
God, stop right there. We gonna finish too. But that's what we doing. We come into the new moons to celebrate, to present our bodies. Because a lot of us think, you know, your body is yours. Your body don't belong. It's basically a leased out to the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
Lease, rent, however you want to call it. It don't belong to you because he can take it back whenever he wants to. Go ahead, let's go.
Right, I got an example though, just like a car. You got some people who get a car, 20 years later, that motherfucker ain't got no rust on it, still clean. Yeah. And you got some people get a brand new car, and 2 years later, that motherfucker toe up, bumper hanging. You know what I'm saying? But it just goes to show that who's taking care of their temple.
Right,
That's a good.
But like I said, our mindset, we be thinking it's ours, but
it ain't
a loaner.
Right.
He can call it back anytime he wants. Go ahead, let's go to 2.
Verse 2. And be not conformed to this world.
That's right there. While we celebrating the new moon, that means we ain't conformed to this world. Because we don't, when you in the truth, you don't celebrate Easter, Thanksgiving. That's what this world is about. You don't see, like I say, even though all the camps ain't doing the new moon today, but you're not going to see at the mall on commercials, all new moon, let's buy these flyers, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it means. It says, don't be conformed to this world. So we ain't conformed to this world. Go ahead, I'll finish it out.
But be he transformed. But be he transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that's good and acceptable and perfect will of God.
And that's what we're doing. In the Bible, it says the new moons. So by we doing this, we transforming our mind. Because what did the Messiah say? You don't pray for the world. You're different from the world. We separating ourselves from the world. Even though, you know, sometimes even like when we was talking to the brother yesterday, a lot of times we do this. What do you get? People say you in the cult because they can't get their mind to do something that the world ain't doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so that's like foreign to them. Yeah. You say new moon, what's that? But a lot of people don't know this in the Bible. And some people go to church every Sunday and don't know it say that. So we separating ourselves, which the Most High say anyway, you know, and what's that, Deuteronomy 7:6, 12 and 4, it says be separate. Because God don't want you like the world. Right. We in the world, but we not of the world.
And another thing, like you were saying, like how we waking up in a world where we not desired, and we teaching ourselves who we are. We've been taught everything in America forever.
God.
And I feel like when it comes to our people, if we ain't being taught by the people that's used to teaching us, they feel the information some bullshit.
But then you got to think too, like we were saying to the other brother, who taught us most of the things that we know? When we learned the original part of the Bible, if you go way back, the person who had you in handcuffs, chained, he telling you, you know what I'm saying? If you put that in this world, if you put it in today's time, brother, if somebody kept you hostage, are you gonna actually listen to that person? Are you gonna do what they say? You know what I mean? But it got stretched out over time, and that's why when they say Esau is cunning a war, what did he do to our kids? So you couldn't teach them, he took them away from you, put them over here. When they kids come up, he took them over. So when you young, who you gonna listen to? Your parents ain't there. So you only got one person to be like, okay, well he's saying doing this. Because even like, say, most of us get into church, your grandmother and mother telling you something, you're going to believe what they say.
Right.
That's just how it is until you start finding out where, you know, like most of us be in church like, I ain't really feeling church. I don't want to be here because it don't move you. And how most of us got into the truth. You heard a few things and like, it moved you. Yeah, it moved you like, I ain't never heard that in church.
You've been in church for 10s or 20s a year.
Yeah, so you like, what they saying with this, it got my mind to thinking. It got me feeling a different way. A lot of times you don't get that in the church. You know what I'm saying?
What did you say, man, when we left the other day about in the code? Would you say something about if Jesus, if you believe Jesus, go ahead.
If a lot of Christians believe that we all fathers, right?
Yeah.
A lot of Christians believe that the son can change what the father said. We all fathers. Can your kids tell you how to run your household? No. So how could the Messiah say, you know what? I know my father made the laws, but I'm going to take it upon myself and just get rid of
everything.
That don't even make sense in itself.
That's a cult. Yeah. That's a cult right there.
That's a cult, man.
To believe that, you're in a cult.
Been toward your will.
Right, and so now when you hear the truth, the truth sounds like a cult, but the illustrations don't. You know what I'm saying? So when we illustrate it, you know, it's like, okay, when they say the Old Testament done away with, are we ain't got to keep the commandments or the laws no more. All right, and so Father brought the laws in. They say Jesus died, that we don't have to keep these laws. Okay, now he died to make sure you don't have to do what his father said. That's how much he was against doing what his father said. He died, so you won't have to do what his father said. Now, when you illustrate that, it makes it sound really, really crazy for you to believe that, right? Now to say that he kept his father's commandments and he never sinned. So if he never sinned, that means he loved his father. Yeah. But he's telling you, I died for you to sin. I died for you to break them, but I didn't break them. And see, anybody that can trick you to believe that,
You were cold, man. You were cold.
Matter of fact, if
That's
he treat you to be
cold.
led,
That's
he
cold,
cold.
okay.
The pastor cold.
You cold.
The pastor ain't no joke.
And the pastor's still pushing that.
He's still pushing that. One thing we got to get a pastor is this here. He got the gift of gab.
He got the gift of gab, man.
He the truth in the gift of gab.
It's cold. They cold.
He got the way. He got the way. If you keeping the commandments, you moving Jesus out the way, and you dying for yourself. What you saying is that I'm keeping the commandments because I don't believe Jesus died for me. That's how cold he is. I'm keeping the commandments because Yahushua did, because Jesus did. No, but he uses where if you're keeping the commandments, you're working. Give me one scripture. I think it's going to be Romans 11, and let's start with 4. I'm going to show you how cold this is. Watch this. No. Watch how the pastor trick.
Like one of them other ones that's a good trick too is the one that get all the people to feel like God only dealing with you and it's all about you. Like you got one scripture, greater is he that's in me than he that is in they use that to just, I feel like, to make it personal.
Yeah, make it personal.
Oh, right. My God this, or God know my heart, and
it's personal.
You know, it's a personal relationship with me and my God, and I'd be like, man, y'all be killing me with
Scriptures say the heart is evil.
Yeah. You ain't read that.
Yeah. But this is the book of Romans, you say chapter 11 and verse 4?
No, yeah, let's try 11 and 4, yeah.
But what saith the answer of God unto him? I have reserved myself 7,000 men who have not bowed to the knee.
Go to 7.
What then? Israel have not obtained which he seeketh for, but
okay, so Israel have not got what he seeks for. So the Sadducees were saying, listen, you seek for repentance, right? And so the Sadducees are saying, continue on sacrificing animals and don't believe in Jesus because he's the ultimate sacrifice. Stop, just because they're here, continue sacrificing your animals because he's not the one to believe in.
Right.
Keep going. Yeah.
Which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded.
Right, and so the elect, right? We the elect. Keep going. We the elect. So we get it because we obtained that we don't have to do animal sacrifice no more.
God.
So we get it. We know that Yahushua, Jesus, is our ultimate sacrifice.
God. According as it is written, God giveth them the spirit of slumber, eyes that should not see and ears that should not hear unto this day.
Keep going.
And 9, and David said, let their table be made snare, a trap, a stumbling block, a recompense. 9.
Don't worry about the rest.
Okay, kind of. But the moreover, we're going to jump back to, I'm going to read
Where you at?
Ecclesiastes 43.
Is it an apocrypha?
Yeah, it's the apocrypha. I take it as I know.
Okay, take that. Give me the next one, though.
Let me get Exodus 12 and 1. But the moreover, like this, I'm going to jump off a bit. When people say the Old Testament, there's a bunch of scriptures where it refers back. But you any other book on earth, there's no other book on earth where you can say the first part of the book is non-existent. It's go. If you're taking a math test in school, and he giving you a final exam, that first part of the book is going to be on the final exam.
It's going to be on the final exam.
When you take a driver's test, the first part of the book is going to be
in the driver's test.
So no matter what, so why is supposedly the greatest book on earth, the first part of the book should be null and void?
Right.
That don't make sense in itself.
The greatest book.
The greatest book. And then on top of that, not only the first book, the second book, the Apocrypha too.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Well, that's taken out, so
I mean, they just chopped
just removed that.
They removed that, and then this one, after reading it so long, they don't want you to believe that neither.
That's why you're saying take them both out in the beginning.
Well, they didn't understand the first one.
Right. So through time,
they like,
that spirit got to coming out and got to showing itself through the first testament.
That Deuteronomy.
Now you changing the Bible up.
Right, because that Deuteronomy 28:68 is going to wake them up. So don't even look in the Old Testament now, because they can find out who they are in Deuteronomy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know why you don't be looking at the Old Testament, because the slave ship is there.
And they made it so hard for us to the point where we don't even want to learn history when it comes to God. We rather learn about prosperity and how we can get out this bull crap y'all put us in.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a whole system, you know? Y'all make it hard for us, then they only bring us the goodness that God got to offer in the church, as if I'm doing my part. It's hard out here. I'm giving this money. I know God gonna bless me. Cause that's all y'all telling me.
That's it.
You don't tell me why it's hard. Y'all got some real trickery going on. They working, huh?
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 43 and verse 6. We're gonna start at. And it reads as this: He made the moon to serve her in her season, for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. See, the moon, like I said, the new moon, it dictates a lot of things. The new moon tells you it's the first of the month. You know what I mean? The new moon is a sign, not to worship, but like I say, that's how they used to do. The answer is, how did they get to America? They was reading the stars and the moon. Right. So the moon is very important. Like I said, it tells you to serve the season. It gives you a certain season. Now, verse 7. From the moon is a sign of feast. The light and decreaseth in her perfection. The month, which is called her name, increasingly. So basically, like I say, the new moon, when it's the new moon, it tells you that is the beginning of the new month. Right. So I know some camps be like when it's full, but like we always say, when something beginning, like the beginning of this cup, it starts off empty.
Right.
When you fill it up, then it's full. Right. So that is the end. Right. When something is empty, like when you say, when you got a pair of new shoes, they new on day one. Yeah. They not new 2 weeks after the fact.
Well, I think I'm following you here. I think I'm following. I'm about to ask a question, but I think you answered.
Go ahead. New moon?
Yeah, how do you know when it's the new moon? Like how can you look at if we going off the moon, she gives signs for the times, for seasons. How do we know which shape or which moon represent what?
A newborn baby. A baby is new day one.
Right.
So when the moon is complete, when it's full, that means it starts off. When your stomach is full, you can't put nothing else in it.
Full moon, right.
But when it's empty, now you start to get hungry. It's starting.
So empty would be no moon at all in the sky?
It's the moon, but it's starting. It's starting to full up. Like they had pictures, you know how pictures where it'd be like a little crescent moon and the key.
What about the crescent?
Right. Yeah. So when it's full, that's when we say that's the completion.
The completion.
So it doesn't start. It's when it's like I said, when the cup right now is empty, but when I start pouring water in it till it get to the rim,
completion is when
that's the completion.
Yeah, I was gonna spill over.
And anything when it's complete, that's not starting.
That's not starting. Like how a day ends when the sun go down, not at 12 o'clock.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Sense, right?
So I know, I know we on camera, but I know some camps do the whole thing. But the way we feel it is like the start is when it's the dark moon. And you know how some people say the dark moon, they don't consider that the start. But I mean, the way we consider like a newborn baby, when he first get his day, then he's new. You can still say he new after a week, but does it get more newer than the first day?
Matter of fact, if he's in your stomach, right? If the baby's in your stomach and you have abortion, you just killed the baby, right?
Right.
And so when we go to the new moon, you know, it's like the baby's in the stomach. It's dark. You know what I'm saying? He's not out yet.
Right.
And so when you have birth, the baby is small and out, and that's the crescent, right? But the baby in your stomach is dark because you can't see it, and the baby is alive, and so that's the new moon. You see what I'm saying? And now, as we get older, they say the full moon is new to them because it's completed as a moon. Now, a moon is a moon.
And I understand what you're saying because this moon is full and complete off the beginning of something that wasn't complete. Well, so how can it be new?
It's not. How can it be
right.
new? Because the full moon. Now we say that we're gonna worship on the full moon. That's different. But it said the new moon.
You're right.
New and full is two different things.
You can't think of nothing else.
I mean, just like when you do a calendar for the month, day one is the beginning. So if I fill in day one, the rest of the calendar got to be empty. When I fill in 7 days, If I fill it all the way up to 31, I scribbled out the whole thing. It's full. That ain't the beginning.
That's completion. Right.
When I mark the first day, the rest of the calendar is empty. Like you say, I'm gonna work out the month of March, but I'm gonna start on day 1. Are you starting on day 1 or you starting on day 28?
Right.
If you go all the way work out 20, that's at the end. You ain't starting at the end. You start at day 1.
Start at day 1.
Like you start class, the first day of class, right? You new. What's your name? I'm not gonna ask you what's your name. You've been here 10 years.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I'm asking you what's your name the first day you came, cause you knew. You see what I'm saying?
Makes sense. That's good clarity.
Yeah, you
There's a
knew.
lot of good examples. And a lot of wisdom on there.
Let's go to Isaiah 66 and 23.
Isaiah, chapter 66.
Huh?
About that? I found that.
Let me see. It should be. Yeah, it's 9.
Okay.
All right. Shalom out. See you what? Okay, so 66 and 15.
No, 66 and 23.
66 and 23. Hey, I.
Yeah.
Grab that up in there before you leave. Take that with you.
All right.
You take all of it with you, right?
No, yeah, I ain't eating it. It's too spicy.
Yeah, hey, I take all that with you.
All right,
Where we at? 66
and 23.
66 verse 23. And it shall come to pass that from one new moon unto another, and from one Sabbath unto another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, said the Lord.
Right there. What we read before in
That's
Romans.
heavy right there, man.
You're not conforming to the world. You being different, because right there it says come worship. Now when you're in the world, you're not gonna worship the new moon, because it's not commercialized. You don't see it on TV. It's just, you know what I'm saying, you have to read the scriptures to find out about it. So you're not of the world, because you ain't seen no commercial, at least I haven't, about the new moon. It's the new moon this month, let's celebrate it. You ain't seen nothing like that. So us in the truth, we celebrate the new moon. No matter what camp you in, no matter what day you do it, you still celebrate it. So that means you being not of the world. You totally different. Let's go.
Well, it says, and it shall come to pass that from one new moon unto another, and from one Sabbath unto another, shall all flesh come worship me, right? And that's what we're doing. But how can this be strange? And this is following the words of the Lord.
Well, that's because
it didn't say from one Christmas to another. You see what I'm saying? Or one Thanksgiving to another. How they get together for Thanksgiving? How they make sure that every Thanksgiving I'm here, or every Christmas I'm here, or every New Year's I'm here. It didn't say that. It said from one new moon into another, and from one Sabbath to another, you come worship me.
Go ahead. Let's go to Colossians 2 and 16. I'm gonna get that. You get 2 Chronicles 2 and 14. This is Colossians chapter 2 and verse 16, and it reads as this: Let no man therefore judge you in meat or drink, or in respect of any holy day, or any new moon, or any of the Sabbath days. So this is basically going into, don't let nobody judge you because you're celebrating any Sabbath of the new moon, because you know you're gonna get some flack sometimes with your people. New moon, I ain't never heard of that. You sure you right? That ain't what I heard to celebrate. That ain't what they say on TV. Right. I ain't heard of the Sabbath day. But it's all in this, it's in this Bible. It tells you this is what you should be celebrating. Now, I wanna go to it. I'ma get it.
You say Chronicles or what?
Yeah, 2 Chronicles 2 and 4.
Okay, 2 Chronicles 2 and 4.
But I'm gonna go to this right here, just to, how they say, line me back off what I said. We're gonna go to Romans 3 and 4 real quick. And it reads as this. This is the book of Romans, chapter 3, verse 4. God forbid. Let God be true, but every man a liar. So this is telling you, God telling you what days to celebrate, not man. You don't listen to what man says. You're supposed to listen to what God tells you to do. So that's what we're doing. God says celebrate these days. And little do people know, when you don't celebrate the new moon, the Sabbath, you're breaking a commandment.
Right.
That's a commandment.
Right.
He's telling you to do that. So when your pastor or anybody tell you, don't do this, or you ain't supposed to, you're breaking a commandment. You know what I mean? And that's what a lot of people in the church, you don't know. This is a commandment you're supposed to be doing.
Because when the white man say he wants you to celebrate, he makes sure that the jobs give you the day off and they close. He makes sure the bank close. He make you celebrate.
God.
He make you stay home and rest, right?
God.
You know what I'm saying? And so God's saying, I want to make you, but without force. The white man force you, and you're already okay with it. See, I got the day off with pay. I'm Martin Luther King Day or whatever. I ain't got to go to the bank. I can't go to the banks. You know, so you see what I'm saying?
God.
And I ain't got to go to work. But the father say, what did he say?
Let's go back to say Colossians 2 and 16. Let's reread that again. Hold on, let me go back to it.
And that's something else. The white man make you celebrate his days. Mother's Day.
This is the book of Colossians, chapter 2 and verse 16, and it reads as this. Let no man therefore judge you in meat or drink or in respect of any holy day or new moons or the Sabbath.
Right, and so you are in sin if you judging someone that's keeping the new moon. You're in sin if you're judging someone that's keeping the Sabbath. You're in sin. It said, let no man judge those who keeping the new moon and the Sabbath. Right? Go ahead.
No, we 2 Chronicles 2 and 4. I'm about to lock this door.
Come on.
Go ahead, I got y'all already read it.
2 Chronicles. Chapter 2, verse 4. Ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
2 Chronicles, chapter 2, verse 4. Behold, I build an house to the name of Yahweh, and my God, to dedicate it to him, and to burn before him sweet incense, and for the continual straw bread, and for the burnt offering, morning and evening, on the Sabbath and on the new moon, and on the solemn feast days. My God, Elohim, that is an ordinance, a commandment forever to Israel.
No, a short time.
Forever to Israel.
See that last part, that last
That's
sentence?
heavy right there.
It says this is an ordinance forever.
What is the ordinance?
That's a law.
Wow.
So it says you're supposed to do these burnt offerings and even on the Sabbath and the new moons. And that means a celebration. You know, you cooking and you feasting. See, sometimes, you know, like when people see, you know, the Israelites on the corner or on the YouTube, they don't really get to witness. We feast just like anybody else. You just don't see that part.
Right.
Sometimes, you know, and of course, it depends on, you know, some of the videos or whatever. But you'll see us having just as many celebrations as you do in the world.
We got more.
Yeah. So you just think it's all this and it's all the corn, it's all videos. God is gonna let you celebrate righteously. So it's just not that. So and you have to realize on these new moons and these feast days, of course, the world don't want you to see that. Because if you see that part, You know, with us, we like to party more than anybody on earth. And a lot of times when people find out that what we in the truth do, they go, oh, that ain't that. Oh, y'all having a good time doing that. That's one of the things, and they know that will push you to do that. You know what I mean? When you look just past, and I'm not saying, oh yeah, the teaching and the corner, that's all important. Work and play. We do the same things like anybody else. The same thing. You know what I mean? But people don't realize that. It ain't just all about that. It's an all-around good time. You know what I mean? Work and play.
Yeah, they don't see us having a good time at all. They don't see us really celebrating. We do a lot of celebrating. As a matter of fact, we're commanded to have a good time. We're not commanded to sit in sorrow. We're commanded to get up, have a good time, drink, dance, be married. You know, we're commanded to do that. We're not commanded to go, you know, and smoke a pound of weed, shoot everybody up. You know what I'm saying? We're not, you know, this is not. See, when we get together in safety. I mean, it's like only we can bring the basement parties back. Only we can bring the backyard parties back. Because when we come together, we have no intentions on killing each other. We have no intentions on. You'll never see a party where Israelites shooting, but you'll see a party where, you know, the Gentile state of mind people is killing each other, shooting. You got to have your guns. You got to be checked. You know what I'm saying? You got to be. You know, it's like you can't be trusted around the same people, but one think they're Gentiles and one know who they are. People that know who they are, you can party around them. The people that don't, there's no safety around them.
Let me get Ezra 3 and 5, and I'm gonna get Nehemiah.
I get Nehemiah. I can't get Ezra. You got that?
Okay. Get Nehemiah 10 and 31.
Okay, Nehemiah 10.
Ezra in the Old Testament. Huh?
Ezra's? Oh, you want that one?
Yeah.
That's so hard to find.
Go ahead. No, get Nehemiah. I get Ezra.
I get it. Okay. You want Nehemiah what?
33.
Nehemiah 33?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next to Joe. I know Nehemiah 33.
10 and 33?
Oh, yes, 10 and 33.
Yeah.
Okay. Nehemiah chapter 10, verse 33. For the showbread, and for the continuous meat offering, and for the continuous burnt offering of the Sabbath of the renewed moon, for the set feast, and for the holy thing, and of the set offering, to make an atonement for Israel, and for all the works of the house of the Lord.
See, sometimes when you do these offers and these feast days, that's an atonement to you. Sometimes it's to forgive the sins that you do. You know what I mean? So, like I said, it says new moons. So that's what the third scripture that we read in this Bible. So if God telling you it's okay, like the last one we read, he said forever. So why are they not doing it in the church? Forever means forever. So you have to ask yourself, you know what I mean? You know, and I know a lot of times, and of course, you know, a lot of us didn't get in the truth day one when we was newborn. We had to learn it. But you have to have your ear open. You have to basically open your mind up. You have to be somewhat, at least listen to change. You should change, you know what I mean, before it's too late. But that change should be in you. You should be like, well, wait a minute. If it's in the Bible, why the pastor ain't never saying that? And if it say celebrate the Sabbath and the new moons, why ain't they saying that? Because it's in here. Now, I can understand if it wasn't in here, but it's in here. So you have to ask yourself, why we ain't doing that? Because if God say do it, and if everybody's supposed to like God, know their heart, not following on God, we supposed to know these things. You know what I mean? We supposed to follow it after God. So these are the things we're supposed to follow after, without a doubt, because it's in the Bible. And everybody say, oh, I know the Bible, I know this. Well, if you know it, why you ain't doing it? You know what I'm saying? That's just simple.
Right, but I know the Bible.
Yeah, I mean, if you know it and you know God, why you ain't doing it? You know what I mean? Because, you know, the Messiah celebrated. So, I mean, you know, if you're following behind him and you know, you do those ways, you have to celebrate these things. I mean,
you know, it comes to times where, it comes to times where, either you hate the Bible and you cannot say I hate it, so I'm going to say I love it and not follow it. You know, you just can't say I really don't like the Bible, I'm really not following none of that, you know what I'm saying? And that God you're talking about in the Bible, I don't follow him. You know what I'm saying? But we read the Bible and we just don't follow God. That's honest. But it's one thing to say I love my Lord. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's a lie. See, if you like you know, certain things in the Bible, you don't like the whole Bible, and you want to be yourself, and I want to dance and do the boogie woogie, you know, but I like to play with the Bible a little bit. Just be honest. You know what I'm saying? But don't say I love the Lord. You know, I follow his ways, and I follow, I follow the Messiah, the things he did, because I love him. You know, that's one thing that you lie. You know, it's dangerous when you lie to God. You know what I'm saying? It's dangerous when you lie to God. If you know how y'all are, just say this is how I am. You know, I eat pork. I don't believe. I mean, don't even say you don't believe. Just say I eat pork, and most likely I could be wrong. You see what I'm saying? But I still like pork. Just be honest. That's the point. But when you're saying that, you know, he done away with that, that's a lie. Just because you can't be truthful to him, don't mean you got to come up with lies about him. That's what's dangerous. Because he can work with the truth. One thing he can't work with is lies. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the laws. I'd rather say I don't really like the laws. The laws, you know, traps me up and they're difficult. I don't really like them. You know what I'm saying? I like God. Of course, you can say you like God because you can't love him without keeping the commandments. But just say I like God. I don't like, you know, and just talk like that. Just be honest. You know, because when you start lying, saying I love the Lord, you know what I'm saying, I do whatever, and you ain't. You see what I'm saying?
This is after this, let me get Amos 5:21. This is the book of Israel, chapter 3 and verse 5, and it reads as this: and after the offered continual burnt offering, both of the new moon and all the set feasts of the Lord, they were concentrated of every that willing offered a free will of offering of the Lord. There it is again, saying you give an offering unto the Lord, the new moon. And it says the feast of the Lord. So if this is the feast of the Lord, and of course, we read some, you know, a lot in the New Testament, but with some, I mean, a lot in the Old Testament, there was some in the New, about the, you know, the new moons. So that poses that question when we said, if it's in the new, old and the new, why would they bring it to the new if they were saying it in the old and to stop? So that lets you know one thing, it couldn't have stopped, because the Bible don't contradict itself. So it says it all throughout. And like it says an offering unto the Lord.
An offering.
So it says a set feast. So why would he stop?
What set mean? It's, you know, like the time, you know.
Well, it says
something, set means something you can't change, right?
Like if something is set in place,
right?
Somebody or something. If you set something in place, most likely that, I know not an idol, but if you set rules in place, more than likely, 99, how do you say, that person who set that in place has to change that.
Yeah.
So if you set a rule, if the CEO of Chrysler set a rule, a foreman cannot change that. The president or the owner of any company makes a rule, nobody up under him can change it.
Right.
That wouldn't make sense. You know what I mean? So in no aspects, if I'm the principal, the head teacher can't change what I say. And no rules. Even let's just go. If I'm the owner of the Lions, do you think the coach can jump over me?
No, because he'll lose his job.
You know what I mean? So there is no aspects. So how do you? I mean, I guess people thought this. So how can the son take away what the father made? And even if he could, wouldn't the father tell him to do it? And he said, I'm sent here by my father.
Right.
And he tells you in Matthew 5:17, I did not come here to destroy the law. So when he say destroy is the worst thing you can do. So if he tell you out his mouth, he didn't come to destroy the laws, they can't be thrown away. And the ceremonial laws are the new moons and the Sabbath.
Well, I'm sitting here by my father to teach you how to break his laws.
So, the ceremonial laws.
Something got to be wrong with God to set laws and then send his son to break them. Okay, so he set them. Nothing wrong with that. And he sent his son to break them because the son has to go break them. So nothing wrong with them two. Nothing wrong with him setting it. So nothing wrong with that part. Nothing wrong with HOI going to break them. But something wrong with God to set him and have somebody to go break his own laws. Something wrong with that person. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because that is confusion.
Yeah.
And we know he's not an author of confusion. So a person that have that type of thought, it's got to be something wrong with you to even convince yourself to believe that. And then if a pastor wants you to believe that, you got to question him. Because you can't question God. How do your pastor go send you to question God? And when HOI is supposed to send you to go question your pastor. Your pastor don't take, matter of fact, you never ask your pastor. Most people that got pastors never ask them nothing. Never ask them nothing about God, about these things.
Yeah.
Because what are you gonna say? I taught that already. Was you listening? So you're gonna feel like a fool. Okay, I was listening, so I can't ask him, right? So there's nobody when they ask their pastor about do we got to keep the Sabbath, about do we got. I mean, if you ask your pastor that, that's because you're ready to leave the church. But if you plan on staying in the church, you never ask your pastor anything because you plan on staying. You see what I'm saying? And you don't want the truth. But when you want the truth, you're going to ask him and you plan on leaving. But when you don't want the truth, it's like, I bet you everybody that's Christians never asked their pastor, do we have to keep the Sabbath? Because once you ask him that, you're already ready to leave because he don't have that truth.
Well, they'll say Sunday is the Sabbath.
Well, he's going to say Sunday the Sabbath. You see what I'm saying? But God say Saturday.
The seventh day. And when you use your calendar, everybody knows how to count.
Right. And so if your pastor can convince you that Sunday, what they going to say? Every day is the Sabbath. No, every day ain't the Sabbath. What you mean every day the Sabbath? He said Saturday the Sabbath.
How can it be separate? It says that.
I'm going to show you something. On the Sabbath, you can't buy or sell. Now, if every day the Sabbath, then you can't buy or sell every day. You see what I'm saying? So every day can't be the Sabbath. Because on the Sabbath, there's special duties. You're supposed to rest on the Sabbath. You're supposed to rest every day. If every day the Sabbath, then you're supposed to rest every day. If every day the Sabbath, you can't buy or sell on the Sabbath. And you got to eat cold cuts every day. You see what I'm saying? So there's a certain day that he blessed and hallowed. And he can't hallow all the days because you can't survive that way. Right?
Well, I mean, even if, like you say that, he worked 6 days, it says in the beginning.
Yeah.
So he's not going to tell you to do something that he didn't do. So if he worked 6 days and it said he rested, he's going to think that same thing of you. So you can't say every day, is it? Because he created all this in 6 days.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? Like you say, God is a fair God and he's not a confusion. How can he tell you, well, I want you to rest 7? Just think of the irony. I want you that I created to work 7 and I work 6. Does that even make sense logically?
Yeah. And then Yahushua, he rose on the Sabbath.
God.
You see what I'm saying? He rose on the Sabbath. He didn't rise on the Sunday. You see what I'm saying? And so he rose on a day of rest, which means he already been hung. He already been through the Sadducees turmoil. He already been through that. So when he rose on the Sabbath, he rose with rest. He don't have to deal with them no more.
God.
He ain't got to get hung no more. He done completed death,
God.
right? So death can't hold him, and so he rose on the Sabbath, right?
God.
Showing you that how powerful the Sabbath is, and how important it is for us to keep the Sabbath
God.
because of what he did and what the Sabbath mean to him, right?
God.
Before the Sabbath, he said, Father, why hast thou forsaken me? But when he rose on the Sabbath, he rose with all power and peace.
God.
You see what I'm saying? And so the Sabbath is supposed to be hallowed and blessed for us.
God.
You know what I'm saying? And so now the church saying that he rose on a Sunday. The church is retarded. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then the church he died Friday and rose Sunday. If that ain't the cuckooest thing on the planet,
God.
you know what day he died if it take him to rise on a Sunday. You see what I'm saying? I mean, you know what day he died if it takes him 3 days to rise on the Sabbath. Right?
God. Last one is
Because when I got in the truth, right?
mm-hmm.
I had asked your Bob. You know, and he told me, right? And I'm embarrassed to ask him this. You see what I'm saying? But he wasn't embarrassed to share it.
You should be trying to show you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, and that's humble. You know what I'm saying. I'm telling you, we got the humblest. Man, we got the humblest leader on the planet, as far as I'm concerned. You know, from day one, when I first met him.
Oh yeah, no, you know everybody. If you in HOI, you gotta like his aura. So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. I'm quite sure people say that about every day on leader, but if you in HOI,
No, they can't say that. They can't say that. They can't say they got their leader's number. A lot of them can't say that.
Well, I mean, I don't know what they
You
can say,
saying?
but I'm saying the humble. Everybody gonna say something. Out of every camp, what they feel about their leader.
Oh yeah. Of course.
You know
Yeah, that's it. I said it about my pastor.
Yeah.
I never had his phone number though, because the church was too big.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, okay.
But he had my money.
Okay.
It wasn't too big to him to have my money.
Oh no, not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
Church ain't that big for him to get my money,
Yeah,
but it's too big for me to get his phone number.
Yeah, he found a way to get that. Of course. We're gonna close it off with Amos 5:21.
Amos, chapter 5, verse 21. I hate and despise your feast days.
So this is what the Most High, he think about Thanksgiving, 4th of July, Memorial Day, whatever your Pop the Balloon Day. This is what he thinks about those holidays, and I'm quite sure.
Halloween.
Yeah, a lot of you didn't know that. This is in the Bible. And nobody else saying I hate that. This is God saying he hates your feast days. So when he say that, every holiday that you suffer in America, how do you call it? You celebrate in America, England, New Zealand. He said he hate that.
You hate that. It's in the Bible. I mean, whatever he said he hate, shouldn't it be very important for me to find out? I mean, one thing about Christians, they don't know that God even hate.
Sure.
I think it's very important for me to find out what he hates so I can hate it too.
Sure.
You see what I'm saying? They like, well, God love everybody. Okay, whatever. Let's just find out what he hate. And let's hate what he hate too. Let's at least get on that track.
Or at least don't do what he hate.
At least don't do what he hate. But they do what he hate, and they love who he hate, and they love him too. Let me tell you something. If you my man, right, and you love my enemies, I got to question you, bro. You see what I'm saying? That's like your son, right? If you got a son, and let's just say his mother got a man, you know, and you and him hate each other. Your son's supposed to hate him. Just based on nigga, me and my father like this. If you don't like him, nigga, I don't like you. You don't want your son liking the stepdaddy, and y'all two hate each other. I mean, do you see what I'm saying?
Oh, I got it.
That shit bother me. Lord, Lord forgive me. Excuse me, elder. That would bother me if my son like the mother's boyfriend or husband, and me and him hate each other. My son is supposed to dislike him, even if he got to visit his mother. He should know to visit his mother and separate himself from the.
I would say let's put it in a different term.
Yeah, how you gonna do it?
Because you say if the father but the mother, so that's gonna be confusion. I would say this. We'll put it in this terms. If I went to this restaurant and or let's say to the grocery store. Matter of fact, let's just say a convenience store, corner store. And the Arab cussed me out and all this and said this and spit like that. I wouldn't expect my kids or any of my friends to go there.
Right.
Because if they said the N-word, this, the N-word, nigga, you go here, I wouldn't expect no other black to go there.
Right.
Because if he said N-word, nigga, he just don't mean me. He mean everybody. You see what I'm saying? So that way you can see it, you know what I mean, a little better, because like you say, the mother kind of, so it's kind of tied in. But if I go to the store and you say, hey, he say, and the Arab, so-called Arab say, nigga, get out of here, I don't serve. I don't think no other black should go there.
Right.
Because now I gotta question your mindset. Because it ain't, a lot of times when it's like that, they ain't against me personally, they against me, my skin color. And when you look like me or something, they saying the same thing. They just ain't said it to you right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I would put that like those terms. You see what I'm saying? Or if I go to a restaurant and they say we don't serve blacks, or if I somebody else say, well, they don't serve blacks, I ain't going there. That's just how I am. So if you do something, one of us wrong, I ain't messing with you.
Right, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's that my ancestors, just when you did my ancestors the way you did, I didn't do it. That blood is in you, did it. God. And I got a problem with it. Because for one, it's bigger than just to say I didn't do it. It takes more than that. It takes way more than say it wasn't me. It takes way more than that. It takes you being my slave for 400 years. You see what I'm saying? That's what it takes. You see what I'm saying? And I didn't get that. All I think I got is it wasn't me. Well, you know what? I do got an advantage. You know, I'm one of the richest white men, you know, in America, and I got advantages, and I need to give back. You see what I'm saying? I need to give so much back to where I'm poor. You see what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I know how to do the stock market so good. As I just do it for white. I just do it for black folks. I make sure they make all money. You see what I'm saying? But you don't have that. You get what I'm saying? My man said, what would it take for me to pay you back for what my forefathers did? I said, it take you give me your life.
God.
Blood for blood. Why? Because when you love your lineage, I can't say I love my forefathers because I don't see them no more. I want the type of love that even if you don't see me, you still love me. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't see Moses, you know what I'm saying? And I don't see Joshua, but I still do what they say. Because my lineage is tied into to where my love is conquered at. You know what I'm saying? But you know, we become so loose with who we are, we don't even love ourselves. Let alone loving our forefathers.
Well, even like, you know, you see most races, they tie in with each other. But we've been so broken, we made to go against each other. You'll never see, I'll just give an example. You won't see America doing Chinese people wrong, because what? They gonna stick with together. If they boycott things, you know what I'm saying? You see other countries, they'll boycott America. If you do something to one of them, they'll boycott you. Because it's that same mindset. Like I said, if you do that to them, what's stopping you from doing it to me? Nothing. So we just been, you know, through the curses, we don't have that. We've been made to be separate. And when you separate, you don't have a strong hold. You know what I mean? It's the saying, like they say, your chain is only strong as your weakest link. So if we don't hold together, every other, you done heard Arabs say, you know, I done heard Arabs say, I don't even like my brother, but I'll work with him before I work with anybody else. And that's the bond, and that's how you grow. These other nations, they grow as a nation. Even when you say the so-called Jews, they stick with each other.
They stick together.
And it was I can't think of what it was. It's the movie with Frank Wright, when he said he went to Korea. One of the agents said, "You know what your problems is? Y'all don't stick together."
My agent told him that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Everybody know we can be broken because we go in 25 different ways. The thing is, you know how much power we would have? Like I said, if
we had that type of power.
Yeah, just say if McDonald's shoo one of us away and we go, you know what? Don't worry about it. None of us going there ever again. Guess what McDonald's would have to do? Once after a day, it might not even have to be a week. You know what? We apologize. What can we do? Because if you actually think, how many blacks go to McDonald's all over this country? Just imagine if we stopped going.
Matter of fact, we ought to stop doing because the food ain't right.
I mean, that point too, but if we just stopped going, they wouldn't survive. They wouldn't be able to go on the scale. They would have to shut down. Right. Or if we say we ain't drinking Pepsis no more, after a day, that loss would be so significant, they would have to come with us. The thing is, we have so much power, and you don't have to do anything physical. You just got to what if we start buying Jordans, start buying PlayStations? They would, whoa. What do we do to offend you? How can we fix it? But we just don't know this. Just imagine if all black people just stop, whatever it is. Doritos, if we stop eating that, you could pick anything.
Let's say the lotteries. Let's say the lotteries.
It would shut down.
Let's say all black just stop playing lotteries. You know what? When we start back, everybody be hitting. It'll be, I mean, every number come out, you know, everybody be hitting. They got us so much on the string that you can be on one number for 6 years and it still don't come out. That's how much of a string they got us on. McDonald's got to where you got to question our meat. Y'all ain't gonna stop coming to where you got to question our meat. Our meat should never get this bad. You see what I'm saying? Matter of fact, our meat gets so bad that we may got some human products in it. You see what I'm saying? Because y'all cannot stick together, we can poison y'all. Now, if y'all stick together and make us tighten up on our meat, we would. We'll give you the best of everything. But you hate yourselves. And we already hate you. That's why you can't hit the lottery. That's why the meat is bad. We hate you. We want to show you so quickly, and you allow us to show you so quickly because you don't love yourself.
God. Well, like I said, that's part of the curses why we don't. But you only way to get past the curses is to know that you're in them. Only way to know what a curse is if you have to be woken up by coming back to the Bible, the law, statutes, and commandments. The only way to get out of this mess, we done tried every way possible, except this. You would even just say, you know what? Why not try it? Yeah. Why not? So, you know, like I said, it starts how we doing with the celebration of the new moons. You know, our people, we like to celebrate, so why not do it? The new moon is once a month. So that means you got 12 times to party. You know what I mean? You ain't even doing that. Well, you might be in America, but I mean, it's a feast day 12 times. America really don't have that.
And one thing you can't say is that I don't know nobody celebrating the new moon. Yeah, well, yes, you do. We are. You see what I'm saying? Let me go join them in keeping the Lord's commandments. You see what I'm saying? See, you're not good. See, the road to heaven is really slim. You see what I'm saying? And only one person can walk across the ocean. Only one person can walk across. That's how slim it is. And so the church is too big. So you know they ain't got the truth. Catholic, all that, Baptist, all of them is too many. And to line up with the Bible, to be so small, that's all gonna be saved. You see what I'm saying? So if you in Baptist, all that's too many. I mean, if you're just going by the numbers, say you ain't even really going by the word, you're just going by numbers. The numbers don't add up. You see what I'm saying? It says the road to the kingdom is narrow and small. Muslims, that's too many people. So it can't be them. Catholic, that's too many people. It can't be them. What people is so small it's got to be the Israelites. Because it did say, when the truth go around the world, then the end would come. Well, it can't be Christianity. Our Islam, they've been around the world. Matter of fact, they are part of the world. You see what I'm saying? So what truth is waking up? It's us. And now you're starting to see, chariots like you've never seen before. You're starting to see our weapons. Russia can say, hey, look at all our weapons. China can say, hey, look at all our people marching on our weapons. America can say, hey, look at all our weapons. But where's our weapons? Well, now you're starting to see our weapons. Look in the sky. That's our weapons. You see what I'm saying? Now we're showing our weapons. And guess who don't know that is our weapons? Christianity don't know that that's our weapons. They look at it. We can't even say they look at it like the white man, because the white man know what it is. They look at it like the trailer parks, because the trailer parks are tricked. The pole nations are tricked, but the White House, they know what that is. The Vatican, they know what that is. The Israelites, they know what that is. And all of them know that these are our weapons of war. Right? Mm-hmm. When they split the Red Sea, we didn't have signs of weapons. Right? Because the weapons was in Egypt's hand. They had horses, spears, they had everything. We didn't have nothing. Right? Mm-hmm. But when we split the Red Sea with the staff and the commandments of the Father, that was our salvation. But now, the nukes and everybody got them. Where's our salvation at? It said, look up, right? For your kingdom will come. And now we're looking up. What we see, they got rid of TikTok, because TikTok was showing our weapons. TikTok was saying, wow, look at this. These are, they chime in. I said, this is a real, UFO. Mm-hmm. That's what they call it. But we know they cherish for us. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it don't make sense, but it's all in the Bible. Yeah, so, dealing with the new moon and why we should keep the commandments. and our weapons is keeping the commandments. See, when we keep the commandments, these are nuclear weapons. See, our nuclear, we don't have to build and pay people and come up with all that and go in the laboratory. All we do is read this. It's easy for us to win this. But it's so easy for us to win this, we don't think that this would take this gonna win. If the Father put them over us, He gonna take them. He gonna put them under us. You see what I'm saying? We thinking that we got to put them under us. How we gonna beat them? They got weapons. No, they don't have the Father. The Father is what gave them the weapons. The Father is what gave them the knowledge to make these weapons. You see what I'm saying? But He didn't do this for us to come unbelieving. Right? We should be more believing on that He can save us even in this type of dilemma. All right, so that'll be it for me.
Well, hopefully everybody was a little edified on the new moon. Let you know that the new moon is the beginning of the month, and that is a commandment to celebrate them. So hopefully, some more people will start following this Bible, learning the truth, learning your true knowledge, true holy days, and which way to go to before it's too late.
Before it's what?
Before it's too late.
Before what?
It's too late.
Man.
Mel Chezal,
Captain Penuel.
Shalom. Happy new moon, Israel.
Happy new moon, Israel.